Good morning. The morning is good. It's a glorious day. How everybody feeling out there? I was thinking about relationships today. Thinking about my wife, really. I was thinking about how dynamic our relationship is. It's one of a kind. I don't see nobody's relationship being like ours because we two are complicated individuals. But we working at it. That's the main thing. The main thing is always, if you want something to work, you got to put in the time, dedication, and determination to see it through. Our relationship started off rocky. I mean, it ain't started off rocky, but throughout its course, it had its rocky points, rocky times where I can only speak on myself. I'm not gonna put words in Randy's mouth, but at times I felt like we weren't gonna make it. It was just challenging. But then we'll talk, things will get better. Then somehow it seemed like it was a continuing cycle, going back to the same thing. Mainly because we weren't communicating. We weren't talking to each other. We was arguing with each other instead of talking. Like it could be a basic conversation about anything. Differences of opinions used to get both of us in our feelings, and then we get mad. I used to hold shit in longer. Like, I get mad and I could go a couple of days without even talking or whatever, bare minimum. Hey, bye. Yeah, basic words, but no conversation. But then I made a promise to Randy that I was going to try to be better. Like, I know I'm a fucked up individual in the inside. Mentally, I'm challenged mentally when it comes to dealing with my feelings and explaining exactly how I feel, because I'm quick to get defensive when I feel somebody is attacking me. But one thing that we as individuals need to realize: if you're in a relationship with somebody, most likely the person that's going to tell you about yourself is your partner. They're with you. Especially if y'all living together, they're with you when your friend's not. You talk to them more than anybody. So when somebody that's that close tells you something about yourself, listen first. It might be hurtful, especially coming from that person. It might be hurtful, but listen. If you know you're going to be angry, then don't respond right away. Tell them, him or her, listen, all right, I hear what you're saying. Give me a little bit. Sit down and think about it, because whatever your significant other is telling you, especially if it's not a place of malice or nothing like that, more likely it should be telling you something to help progress your relationship instead of telling you something to put you down. Now, if you're in a relationship where you feel like the person is always putting you down, if y'all cannot communicate verbally, try writing it down. Write a letter. Take it back to high school. Write a love letter explaining everything, and communication, and see how if that communication works for you, far as maybe they can understand better where you're coming from, because that was a key for me. Explaining things to Randy without her being so defensive was sometimes I write it down. I write a letter, or I send her an email, or I write a long messenger just to let her know, look, the conversation we had last night, it turned at this point because you misunderstood what I was actually trying to say. And sometimes I got a long, drawn out way to get to my point, especially when I'm getting cut off. And that's what was another one of our problems. Nobody would get to finish a sentence. It would be, soon as I say something that she disagreed in, she'll cut me off to let me know she disagreed, instead of letting me finish what I have to say, and then she can respond. So that's something that we worked on, and I can tell you, it's not no process that's gonna happen overnight. It's something that you got to work on every day. I'm sarcastic as ever. You say something to me, I got a smart aleck remark. That's just me. But I didn't dialed it back when it comes to Randy, because I know that's my partner. So anything that I was doing that may affect her happiness, then it's on me to try to change that. Relationships are complicated. No relationship are the same, even though you might go through similar situations as far as being financially, infidelity, communication. Most of all those things the same. Me and my boys, we could sit around and talk about different aspects of our relationship, and it's amazing how many people say, yeah, I can relate. I was going through that, or man, we were just talking about that the other day, or talking about that the other day. So it's the same, but it's not the same, if you understand what I'm saying. As a way to help people get better, it's 2 websites that y'all should check out. You can Google them, and this helped me understand myself. Google 5 love languages. Take that test, and it's going to tell you everything about the way you give out love and how you receive love. And then the other one is take a personality test, because it's for me, it was better that I learned what made Randy tick, her likes, her dislikes, not on the fact of just basic things, but far as her feelings, what made her feel this way, what made her feel that way. I took that as a task upon myself to make our relationship better. No relationship works giving 50-50. I think that hurts a lot of relationships, because if I'm only giving 50% and you only giving 50%, well, what's happening to my other 50%? I'm out there doing something with it. I got to do something with it. So after doing these tests, I realized, and listening to some people talk, I realized that me giving 100%, not based on how much she's giving, 100% based on how much I'm going to give, makes my relationship better, because I know I'm giving my all. I'm not cutting no corners. I'm not looking for an easy route out. I know that every day, when it comes to my relationship, no matter how I'm feeling, happy, down, what ecstatic, it don't matter. However I feel, my relationship has to be my focus, because my partner is my lifelong partner. I don't see myself with nobody else, but that don't mean that all the harmony that we have can't be dispersed in a matter of a few words or something. So that's why you always need to be giving your all 100%. Listen to some advice. Some advice is helpful. Some advice is not. But listen to all of it. It's just when you act on it. I take advice from people, but that somebody telling me something, that don't mean I'm going to listen to exactly what you say. Like you tell me, man, me and my old lady going through it, such and such. Somebody who is not invested with time, their heart or their feelings, their response is going to mainly be a generic response. Like if somebody's cheating on you, you tell your friend, man, he cheated on me. Guess what your friend going to say? Leave them. Because their heart ain't in it. Now, you might feel a whole nother way because you got feelings, time, everything invested in that person. You really just disappointed that the person that you put so much trust, love, and faith in will hurt you that way. So sometimes we asking for opinions, but really we want an ear for somebody to hear our grievances or whatever we got going on. I listen to people, but not only am I an ear, I'm a mouth too. So if you tell me something, I'm going to give you a generic answer, but at the end, I always tell all my boys, I always tell them this, look, dog, if she doing this, you doing this, whatever it is, think about the situation you in. What have you done to lead up to it? One thing that guys, or some of my friends, even I thought this at one point. When I mess up, I think that if I say I'm sorry, then a couple days later, she should have forgot all about it, and we supposed to move on. That ain't how it goes, especially with women. Cheating or something especially cheating. Cheating is something that's not going to be downplayed just because me as the individual who cheated, or she as the individual, whoever cheats, can't determine how long the other person is in their feelings. Because they feel a totally different way than you feel. You might get mad. You getting tired of hearing about it. You always accusing me of this. You always... Well, if you did wrong, you did wrong. Somebody who steal probably going to be labeled a stealer until he shows he's not a thief. It's not on that person to change everybody else's mind. It's on them to see your change and then say, oh, no, he don't steal no more. So you cannot make somebody overcome something. It got to be organic. I went through that when I messed up, far as I was in a doghouse for probably about a year, longer than that. But I accepted it though, because I knew it was everything possible in me. If I didn't do it to get it right, then to me, I felt like I lost half my heart. It was gone. So I made sure I was going to do everything to make it right. And I did. That's got us to this point. Don't be scared to go to counseling. Counseling helps. Even though you could be side by side, couples counseling, side by side, both of you are telling your problems to a neutral individual who's only going to give you the output of what you tell them. They're not picking sides. They're just telling you exactly what it is. But when you go to a friend, they automatically got sides. You know, they picking sides anyway. So don't be afraid to go to counseling. I think a lot of us look at counseling in a negative light, but I don't see nothing wrong with counseling. I went to counseling myself because I have to learn myself. If I don't know myself, then how can I expect somebody else to love me when I don't even take the time to learn myself? It's a lot. Everybody got, to me, in my eyes, everybody got mental issues. It's something wrong with everybody. Now, some people need pills, some people don't. That's a topic for another discussion. But to sit back, if you think that there's nothing wrong with you, then you're highly mistaken. All of us are set in our ways. We do things a certain way. We communicate a certain way. And we don't even know if our communication is detriment to any relationship that we are in because we are set in our ways. I'm always looking for newer ways to communicate and to make more harmony amongst me and my wife. All the time. We go out a lot. We do a lot. But I don't try to do things that I want to do. Now my focus is, if we go out, the smile on her face, the memories we make, the pictures we take. Because once we get old, that's all we're going to have, is memories about how we lived our best life together. Now, if you're with somebody and say you done gave 100%, you say you done did everything you had to do, and you're still there, then just the question that I ask myself, anytime I run into any problem, I ask myself, do I have what it takes to stay here? Is it worth me being here? Is it a plus or is it a negative? Because if I answer those questions, no, it's not worth me being here, this ain't gonna work, then I'm getting up out of there. I'm not gonna waste the little bit of life that I have, which nobody knows how long you're gonna live. I'm not gonna waste my time with somebody that I'm not gonna try to live the best that I can with them. Like, I try not to judge anybody else's relationship because that's their relationship. But it's certain things that I wouldn't put up with as an individual that other people put up with. But it ain't on me to tell that person, well, you wrong. Why you still with them? Nah, that's their prerogative. That's their business to be with whoever they want to be with. Only thing I can do is be a friend to them in a time of need. Not to tell them what they need to do and what they not need to do. Because they are grown. They make their decisions, their heart. They fall in their heart as well as listening to their brain. I'm just on the outside looking in, giving an opinion on something that's not directly connected to me because my feelings are not involved. You got to define your own relationship. Don't let other people tell you how a relationship go. If I'm a talker, I love talking, period. But I love talking to women even more, especially when I'm out and about. My wife knows this. There was a conflict for us in the beginning on the fact that she looked at it as, well, she knew where I was coming from, but the other women might not have. Maybe they might have thought that I wanted them, when all I want to do is have a friendly conversation. Hey, how you doing? Where you from? Oh, me and my wife. You know what I mean? I take my wife with me everywhere. From the beginning of our relationship, me and my wife always went out together. My boys used to get mad at me because I'm a talker. And if we go out, she's with me. They feel like they can't act the same way they would act if it was just us out. But I act the same regardless, with them or without them. I'm going to be me. So that's how it was so easy for me to bring Randy with us to go out. And if anybody that knows us know, when Chaz go out, Randy is there. Because that's my road dog. That's truly my best friend. I know a lot of people say their old lady their best friend. Randy is truly my best friend. She know my deepest, darkest secrets. She knows a lot about me, but she don't know a lot about me because we're growing and learning each other each day. She knows enough to where I know that my best interest is always in her mind first. Like, she don't want no bad or no ill will to happen on me, and the same vice versa. But that ain't saying that tomorrow or next month we don't be together. Something happen, we break up. Like, it's no like I see people who do it, and I never understand the people like, well, they were just happy on Facebook. So you telling me you never was happy in your relationship today? Singing the praises, argument happened at night. You married tomorrow saying, forget them, kiss my ass. Y'all don't even talk the whole day. I know everybody went through it, but people point it out on the book like it's something negative when that's real life. That's what normally happens in relationship. You're mad one day, you happy the next. Or you're mad 2 days, you're happy the next 3 days. The process that me and Randy went through was learning to pick your battles. Everything doesn't deserve a response. You don't have to argue about everything. There's no such thing as you have to have the last word. That's a trait that you done picked up that can be corrected. It hurts to bite your tongue, but it helps when your wife or your significant other is happy.